Hello viewers, it's been a long time since I've done a video like this. I'm doing a wild camp this evening on the Kent coast. So the place that I'm camping at has quite a bit of World War II history. So all along the coast you've got the defences, so the pillboxes, the bunkers and all of that. But where I'm going to pitch my tent is next to one of the sound mirrors. Now if you don't know what a sound mirror is basically a structure made of concrete or cement, and it's got like a concave to it. So you imagine like the shape of a satellite dish. Now these were made just before radar was invented. So during the war they wanted to find out a way to almost get like an early warning system to detect enemy planes coming across the channel. And so what they designed was this bowl shaped in the concrete, and then at a certain focal point they would put a microphone. So the idea was that all of the sound waves would come from across the channel and they would all be focused on one single point, and from there you could capture the sound. Radar was invented, so then they just became obsolete, but they still stand today, which is quite nice. All set up now. I found a fairly flat spot. I think there's a bit of an incline, but the incline is going that way, not down there, so that's important. So I won't be sliding off down the cliff in the night. But this view is absolutely amazing, and the weather's perfect. It's a bit of a hazy sunset, but there's no wind at all. So for my dinner, I'm going to make a nice red lentil dal. I've tried to be as lightweight as possible. I kind of only brought the exact amount of ingredients that I need. So I've got my tinned tomato, put it in a bag here. I've got my lentils here. So I've already measured exactly what I need, so I didn't bring unnecessary weight. Got half an onion here. I've got my coconut oil, coconut fat even. So I actually like to use this because you can pack it in cling film like this, so you don't need to bring a bottle, which is really handy, because bottles leak and they're just unnecessary weight to carry and they're bulky, whereas this I can just use the fat that I need, coconut fat, and I think it'll work really well with the dal that I'm making, because I'm gonna put some coconut cream in it anyway. So and yeah, I've got my spices here. That looks a bit dodgy. It looks like a bag of heroin. I promise you it's not heroin, it is actually spices. And yeah, vegetable stock. Surprised how calm it is. It's not very windy at all. In fact, my stove doesn't even need a wind guard, and so that's good. Last week I was wild camping and was trying to cook something, and it just took so long, and it just wasn't very enjoyable. So what I've done is I've picked an easier recipe, and I kind of planned ahead a bit more and made it a bit more simple to cook. And I bought a titanium pot now with a lid. The previous pot I was using was a stainless steel one, and it was quite flimsy. It wasn't very easy to use, but this one seems to be working very well, and the onions are cooking nicely now. So I've just moved to the other side of the tent. The wind was picking up a bit on the other side, so hopefully the stove is a bit more sheltered here. So it's slowly but surely cooking. This stove is not the best. Even though I put it on this side of the tent and it's a bit more sheltered, it's still taking a long time to boil the water. It's a really old stove. It's about 9 years old now, but it's getting there. Okay, the lentils are definitely softening, but they need a bit more. I reckon about 10 more minutes. Oh, that's spicy. Yeah, put some chili powder in there. So I've just added the coconut cream, and I'm just stirring that in, and I'm glad I didn't use all of the water and all of the lentils, because that is full to the brim, that from my MSR wind burner stove. So I'm just going to serve it in there, because the pan is really full, and if I pick it up and try and eat from the pan above my sleeping bag, I know what's going to happen. So, and here it is. I think it's a bit too liquid. Ideally I'd let it simmer a bit longer and let the lentils really soak up, but they're soft enough. And also I didn't know how much gas I had in this, to be honest. This was full, but I had it running on full power for about half an hour, so I don't want to risk running out of gas. But anyway, let's put some coriander on there just for some garnish and a bit of flavour. Wow, that's really good. With the coriander on top as well, that really makes it really tasty. This is tonight's reading. Long way round. I've seen the series like 5 times. So yeah, it's a great series, amazing. So I'm just reading the book now because I've never read it. I've decided I'm going to start bringing books to every wild camp I do now, because every time I try to go to sleep early, I end up on my phone, and I'm here camping and I'm still on my phone. It's ridiculous. So thought if I'll just bring a book, preferably an adventure book. I always enjoy reading adventure stories, and whilst I'm outdoors and camping, it's just a nice combination. So I'm in my sleeping bag now. I'm just getting ready to go to sleep. Dinner was actually quite nice. It's a bit more like a soup, but it was lovely. So I will see you in the morning. So the porridge has come out really well. I normally buy the instant porridge pots, about £1 each, but I always find it's not quite enough. I always feel like I need 2. So I decided to start mixing my own at home. So I just got the powdered milk porridge and just mix it into a bag, and then I add some dried fruit, and it works quite well. Saves a bit of money.